Well, hello speed coders. I thought I'd give you just a little short video update if that's okay, because we haven't done this in a while and there has certainly been a lot of things going on. So I thought it would be nice to touch base and say hello. Anyway, what an incredible week. What an incredible month. You know, when I launched Speed Coding Academy, as I'm sure you know, I had a little code generator thing and it generated the code and it was good. It is good. It works and it's nice, and I hope people enjoyed looking at that. However, that code generator used CodeIgniter 3. It generated code for CodeIgniter 3, and fairly recently, actually a couple of weeks after I launched the course, it came to my attention that CodeIgniter 3 was being replaced by something else. That's about as graceful as I can put it. And so this put us in a terrible position, because here we were with a code generator that could generate code for a framework that had not had a significant improvement in about 11 or 12 years. So do we stay tethered to that, or a wee bit of itchiness? This happens when I go in front of the camera. I'm itchy. I'm not picking my nose. It's just itchiness. It's the excitement. It's my tingling skin. Anyway, the dilemma we had is, do we use the version 3 thing and stay tethered to that, or do we change the CodeIgniter and have it so that it works with the dog shit, you know, the new version of CodeIgniter? Now, I think both of those options are unacceptable, and I thought about this long and hard, and I reached the conclusion that we need a new framework. It seemed like an outrageous thing to even think of at the time, and it was like, you know, geez, I'm a pizza delivery guy, you know. But I figured, well, maybe we can try this, and I thought I'll put together some kind of micro framework, and that'll be nice, and maybe we can use that. Little did I know that I would end up building something with the help of a few good friends that would, I think, is going to electrify the web development community. And in fact, within the last couple of days, count them, 3 websites from 3 different people have now been launched using the new framework. My shirt's all ruffled up for some reason. 3 of them have been launched. You'll notice that I'm not naming the new framework. That's because it hasn't been launched yet to the general public. But nevertheless, 3 of those are up, and it works. It's good. And I think it's safe to say those of us who have gone through all of Module 7 will agree that this framework is not a me too. And it's certainly not some micro framework that lacks features. I think the framework has 3 or 4 features that I have not seen anywhere else. So I'm really happy with that. However, there is one more hurdle that we need to overcome before we can crack open the champagne. And that is the code generator. We need to rebuild the code generator so that it works for the new framework. And even though not one single person has pressured me, even though not one solitary person has said, hey, when are we going to get that? Nobody said that. Everybody's been cool. Well, I'm going to pressure myself, because this is something that we need, and we need it soon. And so I think I've already made a start. I'm live streaming on YouTube about 8 or 9 hours a day. You can come and watch the thing being built. And I've made a start, and yes, we are going to have a desktop app. It's going to work on Windows, Mac, Linux, you name it, and it's going to be awesome. The moment this is launched, we all become the fastest developers on earth. I mean, really, you'll see this. It's just going to be great. But here's the thing. You know, I have a feature on the site called Ask David. I'm very proud of that feature. It's a feature that lets you ask a question and you can tick it, and the question comes straight to me. And I'm really, really super pleased with that. And I'm glad that you folks like it. and life is good. However, it has had a few challenges. I mentioned previously that I had challenges with people using the Ask David feature to kind of chat, you know, and people were sending me things that were really interesting, actually. Like, what do you think of such and so on? And these are cool people, and it was very interesting. But unfortunately, I didn't have the time to give it the attention that it deserved. And so I said to the group about a week ago, could you just, for the moment, lay off with that type of thing while we get this stuff finished that's in front of us? And everybody was cool. Every single person responded positively, and I am grateful. However, there is another challenge that has emerged, and I'm going to have to ask for a favour yet again. And here's what this one is. Within the last 7 days, I have spent probably between about 12 and 16 hours helping people with technical support requests that are nothing to do with the training. For example, last weekend I spent a solid 6 hours helping someone whose computer was broken. I'm not going to give any names or anything. I've also spent time this week helping 2 people who had web hosts with strange setups. That's the hosting companies. And I had to offer support for that. And today I had a message came in as well from someone who asked for technical support, and he said that he was using Ubuntu and a virtual host. And I asked the guy, look, that's fine, it's reasonable and it's acceptable, but for the moment, would it be okay if you just stuck by the lessons to the letter? I need to finish what's in front of me before I offer support with those types of things. I've also offered technical support for people who have broken browsers. For example, one guy had challenges. Super cool guy, by the way. I mean, these people are cool, you know, but he had challenges. His thing was loading really slowly, and it turned out it was just a Chrome extension or something. Now, I am delighted to take all of these things on board under normal circumstances, but these are not normal circumstances. If you guys can give me a little bit of breathing space with that type of stuff, then in about 3 or 4 weeks' time, we will have this code generator and the marketplace will be ours. You will be enjoying productivity levels, the likes of which have never been seen in this industry. However, if I keep getting technical support requests for things that are not really part of the curriculum, then I've got 3 options. I'm going to have to either stop what I'm doing and keep offering that type of technical support, in which case everybody gets held back, or I'm going to have to kick people out, which I don't want to do, or I'm going to have to take away the Ask David feature, which I definitely don't want to do. Or maybe ask somebody else to look after that. I don't know. None of those options really appeal to me. I want to keep that feature, and I definitely want you to keep asking questions to do with the actual training. That's fine. But if I'm getting messages about exotic hosting setups or something, or anything that's kind of a wee bit off of the norm, unfortunately, I have to make the declaration that my ability to deal with those types of requests has diminished. Now, I want to stress the point again. In the very, very near future, when this code generator's out and everything, we are gonna be cracking open the champagne, laughing, dancing, singing and joking, and we'll have a whole lifetime to accommodate every, let's say, exotic setup that you care to mention. I look forward to that. I consider it a challenge, actually, and I ain't gonna lose. But for the moment, probably for about the next 3 weeks, can I ask you to please just stick to the tutorials to the letter? I'll offer support for that stuff. And if you're not able to do that, I'm going to be in an awkward position. I've had one guy today that I've said I'm just going to give him a refund and basically kick him out. But I don't want to do that. He's a cool guy and he hasn't done anything wrong. He's a super cool guy. But I have to think of the group as a whole. And I know that if somebody takes me away from what's in front of me, then it's just going to hold everyone else back, you know? So can I ask you for that favour? Okay, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with such and such a web host or, you know, using a virtual host with Linux. It's all fine. But for the moment, I would be super grateful. I mean, that's a question just came in. I don't know if you heard it. And let me just show you. Let's see what this was. And we'll do this live. Okay. Well, I think I know what it is. It's a news message and the video was down. Anyway, that would be an enormous help. Now, if you can do that, if you can just stick to the videos as they are, and rest assured, sites are going live, everything's cool. If you can just do that for a few weeks, I would be eternally grateful, and all of us would, because it means we can all get moving forward. And I'm smiling because I think you will respond positively. You always do. It's such a good crowd here, and I'm super grateful. You know, I think Speed Coding Academy and speed coding in general is bigger than me. And I cannot wait for the day when I pass the baton on and I watch you guys, because you are the Jedi. You are the ones who will take this entire philosophy forward, and I'll be cheering you guys on. But in the meantime, we are only on the foothills of ascent. And unfortunately, I have to be the ruthless bastard and I have to come out with messages like this. So let me just say I'm really grateful for you guys being patient and for just holding back a wee bit while I deal with what's in front of me. Rest assured, there shall be no bugs. When this thing is out, in fact, let me announce it right here. I'm going to be offering cash for bugs. Bug reports are excellent. If anything comes up, I'll be paying, and I'll be paying well. I'm thinking like maybe, I don't know, $100 or something to anyone who can find a bug. But we're not quite there yet. So I do appreciate your support. Thank you very much. Stay cool, and may the force be with us all.